Now recognize Mr. Green for his 5 minutes for an opening statement.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I thank the ranking member, thank all of the members of the committee as well. And I would rise today in the name of the mothers and fathers who have laid their children to rest as a result of senseless gun violence. I rise in the name of the children who've had to look over into the casket and see their parents who have been killed by gun violence. I rise in the name of liberty and justice for all, as extolled in the Jeffersonian Independence Declaration. And I believe and urge this committee to oppose this bill, which limits efforts to combat gun violence. And let's start with a few statistics. Americans are 26 times more likely to be shot and killed than if you lived in any other high-income country. On average, 327 people are shot in the United States daily. This includes 23 children who are shot daily. On average, 117 people die every day in the United States because of senseless gun violence. Now, a few states, including California, New York, and Colorado, have taken action to require payment card networks to use a merchant category code, or MCC, to distinguish firearm retailers from other types of retailers. Many different types of retailers require this unique MCC code, including florists, barbershops, art dealers, automotive tire shops, and even candy stores. While those don't reveal the individual goods are purchased, they can indicate an unusual large purchase at a type of business that might reveal a risk. This information could be used to help law enforcement track suspicious purchases to prevent even more gun violence. We really are at a point where continuing to do nothing is not a very good option. In fact, it's not a good option at all. Leading gun safety groups, including Brady, Community Justice, Everytown for Gun Safety, Giffords, Guns Down America, and Newtown Action Alliance, have sent a letter to urge members to vote no on this harmful legislation. And I might add, in some cases, it will be deadly harmful. Madam Chair, excuse me, Mr. Chair now, pardon my commentary, please. I ask unanimous consent to enter the letter from these various groups in the record.
Without objection?
I also, thank you, Mr. Chair, I also ask unanimous consent to enter in the record letters that I have sent to the equivalent of our Chamber of Commerce in Houston, Texas. It's called the Partnership. These are letters that I've sent over the years, since 2022. These letters are indicative of something that I believe to be very important: a request to meet with the partnership to discuss gun violence. Hundreds, if not thousands, of people are addressed in these letters. I actually list violent activities that have occurred, mass shootings, and I have not been accorded an opportunity to speak to the Houston Partnership about the gun violence. I ask that these letters be submitted and received into the record, Mr. Chair.
Without objection. Seeing none, so ordered.
Thank you. In their letter, and I'm talking about the letter from the many organizations that I referenced, they quote, "We write in strong opposition to H.R. 1181, the Protecting Privacy in Purchases Act. This bill would make it easier for mass shooters, gun traffickers, and even terrorists to abuse our financial systems, to stockpile firearms and ammunition undetected." They go on to note that between 2007 and 2018, credit cards were used to finance at least 8 major mass shootings. One of those included the shooting at the Pulse nightclub in Orlando, Florida. Stepping aside from the letter for just a moment, I went to Orlando, Florida after the Pulse shooting. One standing in the area where the shootings took place would have tears to well in your eyes, understanding what took place. A dastardly deed that took lives. 49 people were killed. 50 more were injured. Just days before the shooter opened fire, his internet search history included the terms credit card unusual spending, FBI in quotes, and why banks stop your purchases. He had opened 6 new credit card accounts in the 8 months prior and 12 days before the shooting, spent more than $26,000 on things like a rifle, a semi-automatic pistol, several large magazines, and thousands of rounds of ammunition. Before this, his average monthly spending on his single card was about $1,500. None of these credit card operators, payment processors, or banks were alerted to the types of transactions being undertaken, and they did not notify law enforcement officials about these purchases. Americans are tired of the senseless gun violence and want Congress to act and enact stricter gun control measures. Unfortunately, this bill goes in the opposite direction and would implement a ban on such merchant reporting on the federal level and would preempt existing state laws like those in California, New York, and Colorado. If I may just end this with my closing then, Mr. Chairman. This is about SARS, suspicious activity for anomalous behavior. When anomalous behavior, unusual behavior, is detected, even in the banking system, we report it. I think that when we can save lives, we should do a similar thing, and I thank you for allowing me the time.